Girls go crazy on paternity court.
You
Oh,
guys have
wait.
been there as far as now with my
wait.
financial situation.
come on,
Other than that, you guys do nothing for my child.
let's get some order.
You
You
do nothing
know.
for my child.
Let's get some order.
Nothing.
I don't know.
I kind of know what I'm talking about as far as the female productive system.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
ma'am.
wish you would have known so much about what you was talking about that you would have known who your child's father was.
Mr. Fuller was in shambles today, 'cause first, fooled him into playing the dad. But when a better opportunity stepped in, she changed her mind. Now, what does a potential baby daddy back out easily? Well, let's watch.
I got a bond with Melanie. She'll bring her hair to me. She'll let her stay the night and everything for about 3 months.
Not 3 months. I'm positive.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Miss Nelson attacked hard with her words, saying once she was proven right today, the plaintiff and his mother would never see her daughter again. Come on, who can act so cold? These lines were shock bombs for the full-blown grandma, who went on like this.
When she had to go to appointments, she called and let us know too.
What?
Anything that you ask us to do for this
always
baby,
here
we've
for
been there
this
for
baby.
this baby.
You guys have
Always.
been there as far as now with my
Always.
financial situation.
come on,
Other than that, you guys do
come
on.
nothing for
Okay,
my child.
let's get some order.
You do
You
nothing
know.
for my child.
Let's get some order.
Nothing.
I don't know why
You don't do a
changed
thing for
all
my
of a
child.
sudden.
Miss Fuller is right. How can she just change the father of the baby now? Well, it turns out that the defendant was fooling around with 2 men at the same time. And, making things worse, she testified that she never told the plaintiffs that they were related to her daughter.
Why is it you believe he's not the father?
From day one, I never believed that he was the father,
You
Your
told
Honor.
me out your
I've
mouth.
never believed
I
that
asked
he
you,
was the
Quan,
father.
why is
Hold
the-
on, wait,
I'm
wait,
not
wait.
talking to
Let
you.
her
I'm
answer.
not.
Here's
Thank
the
you.
date.
Can
Let
I
her
answer?
answer. Let her answer.
Shut up.
Day
Let her
one,
answer.
I asked
And
her,
let me
I said,
answer.
do you
Shut
know
up and
if
let
you
me
slept
answer.
with any other guy?
Shut
She
up
told
and let me
no.
answer.
Jeez, both parties are just arguing like crazy, and no one's willing to listen to each other. After this, the plaintiff showed proof how Miss Nelson had fooled her ex-boyfriend into the paternity trap, and now she backed away from her claim.
The other guy who I was with, he's blowing me up, so I'm figuring something's wrong. How can you, after 5 months, no contact with me, but come to my household, my house where I live?
Your
We
Come
mama-
to my,
came to the
if-
con-
if
we
your
came
mama
to the
got a
Come to
contract-
my house.
mother
I
called
didn't.
us and told us
But
to
you come to my
over
house
and
while
see
I'm at
something.
work.
She was in-
While I'm at work.
She called us
While I'm at
and
work,
I
though.
told her.
Baby mama's words are always changing, and it's not a good sign. And why did her mother call them to meet the baby behind Miss Nelson's back? At this point, we desperately needed to know what is really going on with Grandma's secret calling service behind her daughter.
When her and Mr. Fuller's not speaking, then it's the other guy's baby.
She tells the other guy it's his baby too.
Well, the other guy
He's been
said
in
once
her life
before
from
that it
birth.
wasn't his baby.
Do you believe he's not the father, or do you just not want him to be the father?
No, it's both. I don't want him to be the father, and I know he's not the father.
Ooh, so it looks like the plaintiff had a habit of changing the baby's father, according to her preferences. Come on, girl, what kind of mother does that? All the craziness that she was playing with them was not working, as the alleged refused to play along.
You know we
I'm not
love
talking
baby,
to
man.
y'all.
I go, I'm not
So-
pay for this
Y'all,
baby.
I'm not
I
talking to
just
y'all no
take
more. Y'all
away
just
from
shut
us
up.
like that.
She's gonna
How
be
you
taken
just take
away.
this baby
Y'all
from
don't wanna
us?
see my
It
child.
is what it
That's
is.
my only
Put it
right,
right
baby. I
Child
just
violence.
do this.
Let's get
man.
some order.
God.
Nelson,
The judge is right. Why she was angry at them for loving her daughter? All of the testimonies of the defendant were very sketchy, and on top of that, her mother asserted that the plaintiff was the real father. Hearing this, Miss Nelson burst into anger at her mother.
The only reason how this came about of him saying that it's not his child was because my conniving mother, who's supposed to be a mother, but always going behind my back,
Delvin.
ain't
Now
never
we get
been
it.
really there for me, but want to step in my business now and be a mother or a woman or whatever you want to call it.
Miss Nelson was very firm in her claim right from the start, but still, the way she handled things was not right. It could have been better, but now it was too late, as the plaintiff already had a strong bond with her daughter. So now, to set things back, it was important to read the results.
Mr. Fuller, you are not her father.
I knew it. I knew I slept with. I knew it. I knew it.
Take this baby from us.
I know it's tough, guys, but
Tired of her ex's ignorance, Miss Foster dragged him into paternity court so he would drop his irresponsible antics and take care of the child that was rightfully his. Seems simple, right? Well, it wasn't, because baby daddy believed he had nothing to do with the child.
Miss Foster, you claim you and your ex-boyfriend planned your pregnancy only to have him abandon you and deny paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, you say Miss Foster cheated on you multiple times during your relationship, and there is no way you are Ja'Kiah's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The plaintiff simply testified that her daughter is a carbon copy of Mr. Jackson and said that even though they planned to have a baby together, he still didn't meet his responsibilities. But Miss Foster had more to say, which exposed the defendant's double game in the court.
I'm the best mother in the world.
Actually,
Facts.
no.
Facts, Your Honor.
No.
I am the best mother in the world. And he can't
you
say
know what I'm
anything
saying, having
because he
sex
hasn't even
on it
stepped
and all.
up to be.
The man that she had dropping her off at my house, claiming was her brother, was the dude she was sleeping with.
Correct, Your Honor. It definitely
And
was.
basically what the story was, she already came to my house pregnant.
A brother? Really, if she was such a good mother, then why did she lie about the so-called brother? Then the plaintiff revealed that Mr. Jackson cheated on her because he had another girlfriend out of town.
I was sleeping with both guys. I mean, you had two girlfriends, well, I can't have two
No,
boyfriends.
I called.
Oh, and you said it's my brother.
Sure did. Yes, Your Honor.
Right, which I used to call him my friend, but
Well,
You think you in a relationship, but she's sleeping with your friend.
yes, at
no,
my
Your
mama's
Honor.
house.
No, Your Honor. We
Yes,
were not
you were.
together when he left.
Well, now her lie is kinda justified, right? Then the plaintiff said she wasn't happy to find out about pregnancy, but she told both guys from the start that they both could be possible fathers. This made the judge ask her why the claim of paternity is only towards Mr. Jackson.
Didn't you also admit you were having sex with both guys because if he could have two girlfriends, you could have two boyfriends?
By me going to medical school, I kind of know what I'm talking about as far as the female reproductive system.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
wish you would have known so much about what you was talking about that you would have known who your child's father was.
I mean, I
okay.
was, but
but
I
go
mean,
ahead.
She got some medical knowledge. But honey, it's still not enough to firmly claim a father for your daughter. Then Miss Foster testified that during conception, she only slept with Mr. Jackson. And when asked about the relationship with the baby, the defendant said he hasn't seen her yet.
Everybody know how to meet halfway to make a baby, but don't know how to meet halfway to come see the baby and establish a relationship with a parent.
None of my family know about the baby.
No, that's not my
Like-
point. That's not my point. This happens too often. Everybody knows how to get together to make the baby. Where we gonna meet up? Where we gonna have sex? Where we gonna
said that before.
don't talk when I'm talking.
I don't know how people just make babies and then abandon them so easily. That's cruel. After the judge's comments, Mr. Jackson said that once he came to pick up his brother in St. Louis and asked the plaintiff to bring the baby, but she didn't show up.
his girlfriend texted my phone. We would like to see Kaya. I said, that's fine. You guys cannot take her out, but you guys can meet her. I waited at my house for a whole weekend for them. No show.
Why didn't you go?
I didn't know nothing about this. I don't know where she at. You feel me?
Oh,
She
so
got
you're
a whole-
saying your girlfriend and her are talking, but you ain't in this.
That's what I'm saying. I don't be on the phone talking to them.
Okay.
Her statement does seem right to me, but still, both of them never really tried to be good parents. The plaintiff was very protective of her daughter, and the judge also gave her a moment to express her fears regarding her baby's future.
I grew up in foster care. He did too, so we both know exactly how it is. It's not fair to her, and I'm not gonna keep accepting it at all. I mean, when this test come back saying he's the father, he's going to step up.
So did you grow up without your father?
I
Is that
grew up
what you're
without my
saying?
mother and father, both. I'm not too soft when it comes to stuff like this because I raised myself since I was 12.
Both parents standing in court were running a mad circus that was very amusing to watch, but it was dangerous for the baby, as she needed real love and care instead of all this drama. So without any further lies, the judge opened the results.
Mr. Jackson, you are not the father. What's funny?
Really? It was kind of like, ooh.
You just performing now.
I mean-
Like I said, you want your baby to be a stage show? That's on you. Keep performing.
I didn't-
And now,
Oh.
I do need to think about who my child's father really is.
Caught up in the problems of infidelity, Miss Wolf was now on the mission to prove to the defendant that he was the only father of her son. Her fiancé's future is being destroyed by promiscuous rumors about her.
Ms. Wolf, you're in court claiming revenge sex has now put your relationship in jeopardy with the defendant. You say the only way to save the family you were hoping to build is to prove to your fiancé that he fathered your 3-month-old son, Zane. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The testimony started with the hot topic, revenge sex. Miss Wolf explained that her ex, Mr. Chittum, cheated on her. She intentionally made the plan of sleeping with her friend, Mr. Cottle, and now they were in a relationship together. Next, the defendant talked about his struggles as a father.
It is when it comes to Zane and when the fact that he's not mine. I work 24/7, not only just work night shift, I actually wake up to go back to work, to go lump another truck, to make the extra money, to be able to buy the diapers, the wipes.
So in your estimation, you are supporting Zane?
In a very typical kind of way, yes.
Oh, this girl is already on a crazy ride. Then the plaintiff explained how she caught Mr. Chittum's cheating, and then listening to her revenge plan, the judge had nothing more to say and brought in Mr. Chittum to testify in this case.
One of my friends texted me.
So then did you confront Ms. Wolf?
Yes.
I did tell him that I did sleep with Andrew for the revenge sex, but I did not tell him that I was continuing to sleep with Andrew. No, I did not.
When you found out you're pregnant, who did you tell?
The first person I told was Mr. Chittum, because he drove me to the hospital.
Did you tell him this is your child?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Ooh, that was a clever way to ask her preference, because she could still be messing around with both men. Who knows? So, Miss Wolf told Mr. Chittum first and said he was the father, but he wasn't happy listening to this news and shared the reasons for his doubt.
Told me that she was pregnant, and I looked at her and I told her, I said, there's no way it could be mine.
Why did you say that?
We would have sexual relationships like at least 3 times a day. She never got pregnant until she started hanging around Andrew. There's also other women that have tried and have failed with me.
Has a doctor told you this?
No, Your Honor.
Whew, Mr. Chittum has a lot of tea to spill, and we couldn't get enough of him. Mr. Chittum also had submitted for a polygraph test, and it was revealed that he was being truthful, and now the plaintiff had to explain herself out of this situation.
I was pregnant, and you knew that, and I never lied about that.
So you testifying that you were sleeping with him during the pregnancy?
Yes.
But when you started being with Mr. Cottle, you stopped sleeping with Mr. Chittum?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was actually January of this year is whenever we stopped having relationships.
That's a lie.
I knew something was wrong. She was being fishy with both men at the same time. Of course, if she could cheat on purpose so easily, then why can't she do it again? Then the texts from his phone were read, and listening to those, the plaintiff had another way to cover up her mistake.
Ms. Wolf, have you ever heard the expression crying wolf?
Yes, I have.
You telling this story too many times. Earlier, you were saying what he was saying was completely not true. You had Mr. Cottle up here talking about he's a pathological liar. He just showed his phone, and now you admit it. You are saying to him, come over here and sleep with me.
She's putting a bad image of herself here. But the worst thing is that she's still lying. Then, Miss Wolf shared the proof of her conception dates and revealed that she slept with Mr. Cottle to have kids. And this messiness went up on the judge's nerves badly.
Is this like revenge level 10?
Yes. Here.
Okay, I mean, I'm just checking, because it's like, okay, the first revenge, sleep with him. The second revenge, get pregnant by him because you believe he can't have children, so that's another way I stab you.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Also, Your Honor, he has a problem with cheating. All his girlfriends can tell you that.
The mess of the plaintiff's relationships was still present, and this craziness was only creating more damage for the children in question. But the main issue was to find out the real father of Miss Wolf's baby, and with enough lies today, the judge was ready to read the results.
The biological father is Mr. Cottle. You are the biological father. Ms. Wolf, can you give Mr. Chittum up?
I'm sorry, but you're a liar and a loser.
But he told the truth today on your text messages and you were lying. If we're gonna tell the truth, let's tell the whole truth.
Moving on was not quite easy for Miss Valentin, as she was back to prove to the defendant that he fathered her 3-month-old son, Michael Jordan. Nevertheless, he denied the kid only after she broke up with him, and now she was ready to disprove his claim.
Ms. Valentine, you claim Mr. Jordan did not deny your son until you moved on and began dating other men. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jordan, you claim you have always known you are not Michael's biological father after discovering a text message Ms. Valentine sent to another man.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant denied the kid and explained that he was only present at the birth, so he didn't have any regrets later. But Miss Valentine argued that he lied as he begged her to name the baby after him. Furthermore, she told the judge how she just wanted to have a one-night stand with Mr. Jordan.
I was on the dating app and I saw Michael and I swiped right on him and apparently he had swiped right on me as well. So, you know, I like him with a dash of ugly and stuff. And it's like, he fit the description. He had a beautiful smile, but he had a little dash of ugly.
Wait, I think that's a first. I've never heard that. You say you like your men with a dash of ugly?
Yes.
Oh, that was a lot of unnecessary explanation, which was not needed in the first place, but all right, we get it. Then Miss Valentine said that they started sleeping unprotected after a few weeks. But one day, Mr. Jordan discovered something was wrong in the plaintiff's house.
I'm knocking on the door, the light's off upstairs. So I'm like, who is this? Somebody with hair like mine. He came downstairs and she followed behind with a broom. I see what's been going on. He opened the door. The first thing I asked, who is he? She's like, no, he just here for the kids. He babysitting the kids. He was cleaning up my house. I started walking upstairs. Tell me why ESPN was playing in her room with messed up sheets.
That was a very lame lie to cover up her cheating. Did she really think that was gonna work? Then the plaintiff explained that previously she was involved with that guy, but the relationship ended soon, and he was only living there. And she only had one TV, so he only watched it in her room. Next, Mr. Jordan revealed how she informed him of the pregnancy.
How long after the unprotected sex night did she give you the paper?
It was 2 weeks. I wouldn't talk to her because I saw a man over her house. And she kicked the man out just to get me to come back over because she know I had a job. She know I keep money around. You have no income. You have no income. I make money off features. You have no income whatsoever. What money do you have?
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 I pay her bills,
money.
electric bill,
Because you
gas
borrowed
bill.
money from me.
Why don't you just admit that it was wrong to have two guys in your house? Sure, it will raise questions on your baby. Then, Mr. Jordan's witness, Mr. Krebs, testified that he saw different men leaving her apartment, and the judge asked the plaintiff the same question. But it brought more interesting things in the story.
You are such a liar. You've been lying this whole time we've been here, so why not keep lying? Why not keep lying?
It's definitely not mine.
You've been lying. Every word that has came out your mouth has been a lie since we've been here.
No, that
and
was
you're
you.
gonna keep
No,
lying.
that was you.
You have to remember
That was
this
you.
is gonna really affect you in
It's
real life.
gonna affect you. People gonna know what type of person you are.
Keep playing.
That how it work now?
Hey,
I stand
You have multiple men over there.
Oh, I wanted to know more about that Pizza King guy. It must have been an interesting background. Then, while addressing the fact that Mr. Jordan had signed the birth certificate, the plaintiff broke down and gave a final burst of her emotions.
He has reasonable doubt because my friend was over there. He was. And if I'm gonna admit to it, why am I gonna lie about something else? I've been honest with everything I said. He was there and he did live with me.
We had a fun ride listening to this case, but their messiness can't remove the fact that their insane acts and accusations are affecting their son. And it was important to reveal the results so that these two could become better parents. So the judge called for that good old envelope.
Mr. Jordan, you are the father. That's your beautiful little boy. He's just precious. And he doesn't deserve this.